Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome back to the Vampire Amazon Challenge in The Sims 4. We are following the reign of Queen Darling Cloudy Snarl, who has recently established her court in the Queendom of Cloudy Willow. Our first order of business is to appoint 2 counselors from among the noble ladies, and the Queen has done exactly that. After mingling a little with the members of her court, Darling has decided to appoint Lady Billy Gloucester and Lady Miko Greyswipe as her first counselors. Along with enjoying an elevated status and bonus influence, they now have the power to call judgment on court members. Something I want to point out is that the Queen and counselors are immune to judgment. For the Queen, this is permanent, so she won't get in trouble even if she does marry a male. The only way she'll ever die is in childbirth. For the counselors, they may not be in danger from enemies or marrying a male while they're in the council, but if they ever lose their position, they will face an automatic judgment. Someone also asked me last time about what will happen if someone has a dislikes children trait. I will basically treat it the way I've always done, which is not to have them participate in the breeding. So if someone has the dislikes children or, hates children trait, they will not be having any children. Their bloodline will essentially end with them. Okay, I thought I would take the time to quickly go through the calendar so we can kind of see what sort of events are coming up and also how long our seasons are. So, I have decided that we are going to have 4 weeks per season. The first day of every season, we are going to have a new council appointed, so that's something for us to look out for. I do feel like spacing it out like this is good because at least the council members will be able to kind of enjoy their elevated status and influence for a good amount of time because, a lot can happen in 4 weeks, but also we should give enough time for something to happen, right? And this way, most definitely, they'll get to kind of weigh in on something somehow. So I do like that. There we go. And then we have our tournaments. So in spring, the second week of spring, we have our Vampyric tournament. So this is when we're going to have our Vampyric fights. I am going to be having 2 different tournaments within each one. Like when we have a Vampyric tournament, I might have one for immortals and one for teens once we start getting 2 or more teens. Because obviously we need multiple Sims within the same category to be able to fight one another, and I don't think teens can fight with the young adults. So that's kind of what I'm gonna do. And then in summer, the second week of summer, we have our sword fighting tournament. I'll do the same thing with having 2 streams. We'll have one for the immortals, we'll have one for the teens. In autumn, we have our archery tournament, so there we go. Winter is the only season where we don't have any tournaments. I'm gonna leave it be for now. If I feel like I want to add something over here, I might later on in the series, but for now, I'm thinking it might be good for winter to kind of just be a resting season for everyone, but also maybe be the season where everyone's training up and getting ready for a brand new year of tournaments. So that's what I have for the calendar, and I have made an update in the castle. So you guys will remember that back here, I was struggling with my glass roof on this spot where we had our archery targets, and for the life of me, I could not work that out. I don't know why. Every time I put it in, it would just disappear, and I decided I was sick of that. I did not want to risk my vampires getting caught out in the sun. Instead, I have turned this into our execution ground. So this death circle that we have is where our vampires who are condemned in judgment, if the result comes out for, death, if they're given a death vote, then they will come out here and have their execution. I thought the statue in the middle would be symbolic of death coming to collect them and take them to the stars, and the ships that we have on either side of the statue are kind of the vessels that our Sims are going to, their souls are going to use to go to the stars, where the households or the bloodline deities will be waiting for them, and where they will be reunited with those she-cats. So that's what I have in that corner. We do have this particular area now for our archery, and I feel much better because it is indoors. It is indoors. And it is basically just like a copy-pasted section of our training room, which is, upstairs over here. But I realized that from what I remember of the past, you need a ton of space for the vampires to comfortably be able to do their vampiric sparring, but also to do sword fighting. Otherwise, they make a huge fuss and go outdoors. I definitely did not want that, so I just copy and pasted this and put it down there, so now they can have a whole space to themselves for archery. And that's pretty much all I've done for changes, I think. I've gone ahead and put this lot up on the gallery, the updated version, so as of this episode coming out, this lot, Darling Castle, should already be on the gallery for you guys. Our second order of business is the introduction of the acolytes, who have been given a room in the castle. These are 8 beautiful ladies in black wedding dresses that have essentially married themselves to their cause. They even wear a wedding ring, signifying that they belong to the vampires that they worship. These women aim to find inner peace by dedicating themselves to Queen Darling and the court. The vampires will hunt these ladies for blood should they wish to drink. Over time, they might find themselves fearing the vampires and slowly going mad at what they consider is the majesty of their goddesses. Basically, they'll find themselves getting overwhelmed by their proximity to the vampires. The Queen feels that the most important thing to do right now is to begin the breeding season and solidify her reign with the birth of an heir. The vampires will feel much more secure in their new queendom with a crown princess in line for the throne. So Darling has summoned a male from among the population to be mated to her and father her first child. Let's jump into Cass to take a closer look at him. Bako Cherryfoot is of peasant lineage and our first breeder. He wants to be known for bringing joyful entertainment to his fellow vampires and has a warm personality. His traits are music lover, goofball, and family-oriented. Bako was a lone fisherman who heard the Queen's call of male vampires being summoned to the castle. Guided by his bloodline deity, Cherryfoot, he gifted the monarch a rare and prized fish, winning her favor. In terms of genetics, he has black hair and green eyes. Okay, the Queen has been romancing Bako, our first breeder, and is now ready for her first kiss with him. She has invited him back to her chambers where they can have some privacy, but they did start talking and flirting with each other in the throne room. The other ladies are still kind of sitting down here waiting to get the good news from the Queen once she comes down. I like the idea that maybe vampires have an innate ability to tell when they are taken with child, or when they're pregnant. They have this innate ability. They don't necessarily have to wait or take a test per se. They kind of just know. There's something about them, their supernatural senses. They become aware when they are with child. So they're waiting for the good news downstairs. But while the Queen was actually flirting with Bako, in the throne room, someone was looking at them and feeling kind of jealous. And that was Lady Akira. Lady Akira Dark Pounds, who is sitting down here, is actually feeling quite sad because she was kind of looking at the Queen getting a chance to breed, getting together with, her first male vampire, and she was kind of envious. I definitely think Akira is going to be wishing for and hoping for her turn to come as soon as possible. She probably wants a daughter of her own to secure her own bloodline and maybe try and get some influence in a different way to the counselors. I mean, she didn't luck out on being on the council like Lady Billy and Lady Miko did, so I could see how she would be wanting to have a little girl instead. But Darling, let's go ahead. She is going to have her first kiss with Bako. And okay, now guys, she was unflirty, so our Queen was actually, she had a bit of a difficult personality. She was unflirty when we started. After a few romantic interactions with Bako, she has actually become Where is she? Where are your traits? Oh my goodness, guys. She has become romantic, which I'm actually grateful for because it makes breeding and things a lot easier. But yeah, our queen is now romantic, and typically I always accept the discovery changes and I try and reason as to why that might be the case. Oftentimes, I myself might not think of something straight off the bat, like I might not have a reason for why I would make that change, but if the Sims themselves have decided that this is the direction they wish to take their personalities in, then I like to do a little bit of thinking to try and figure out why that might be. And I can see how the queen, maybe with some great difficulty, has realized that she has a responsibility in this queendom. She needs to have a crown princess, and she cannot kind of be difficult with these males that, she's kind of choosing. Oh my goodness. Queenie, what was that? He tried hugging her again, and did you see what she did? She pushed him back. Please don't make this difficult. Oh no, guys. Your ladies are literally downstairs, like waiting for you. They're waiting for you to bring the good news. Oh no. This is not good whatsoever. Let's discuss fitness techniques and try and get back into a, pleasant conversation. Okay, maybe slowly but surely. Maybe she should be the one. Okay, there we go. When she's initiating it, then it's fine. The queen is picky, guys. She doesn't like being touched by anyone. She can do the touching. She doesn't like being touched. Like, ew, no, get away from her. I'm so sorry, Bucko. The queen can be a little bit... she's mischievous, so I could actually see that push and pull as part of her personality too. Okay, let's get this going. Yeah, we can try for a baby right over here. Let's go ahead, try for a baby with Bucko. And I'm excited, guys. I think a child between the two of them is going to be quite interesting in terms of genetics. Bucko does have, a different hair color, different eye color. He's got the green eyes, which we haven't seen. So that's kind of exciting. Now, the other thing that I was thinking about, which I did not get to in the last episode, but I'm going to make the necessary edits to the Google document, is the fact that when our noble ladies have a son, their sons are gonna get the title of Lord. When our royal ladies have a son, or like when our queens have a son, their sons are gonna get the title of Prince. Now, the males themselves within this world don't necessarily have any influence. They are mainly used for breeding, right? And I suppose any social relationships, but really they're kind of used for breeding and nothing else. But their status will be important for their children. So for example, if someone has a baby girl in the future and the father of the baby girl is a lord, then she will be born with +1 influence, like at birth, because her father is a noble. So, his good breeding stock per se. And then if we have a lady who gives birth to a baby girl and the baby girl's father is a prince, she will be born with +2 influence for having a royal father. And those are the kind of advantages that the males can pass on to their daughters. They themselves won't have it, but because they're considered good breeding stock, like lords and princes, they will pass it on to their children. And this is going to encourage down the line our ladies breeding with males of status, males of good stock from, the bloodlines that served in court. So yeah, I'm going to make all of those changes or updates to the Google document, but I kind of like that aspect. So for example, with this union that we had, because Bucko is a peasant, he is like new blood that has been brought from outside. He is not maternally connected to any of the court members. His bloodline doesn't have any lineage here. The princess or prince, who knows, but the child born between them will have no additional influence at birth. They will be born with 0 influence. But if Bucko was a lord, their baby would be born with +1 influence. If Bucko was a prince, their baby would be born with +2 influence. So I'm kind of excited about that particular change. Also, another thing, you guys might have noticed that when we jump into cast, I have these little stories about, how the ladies or even the breeders, how they were chosen by the queen, given favor by the queen. Usually there's some little gift involved in them being chosen or coming into court or into the castle, and where it's relevant in the story, I figured I would leave traces of it somewhere. So I think we said that Lady Miko, who's from like a hunter background, she actually presented the queen with a rabbit, probably one that she hunted, but I have this little bunny down here, this little rabbit, as kind of a symbol of the fact that Miko did go ahead and Miko did present the queen with a rabbit. And then we did say that Bako was a fisherman and he presented the queen with a prized fish. So we have this bonefish over here, which is going to be a trace of the gift that Bako presented and why he was favored and chosen to be the queen's first mate and breeder. And obviously for Lady Miko, with Lady Billy, she's from a Mason background. So we already have it in the story that she kind of supplied all the bricks that were used in the construction of the castle. And then for Lady Anaya, she's from a mining background. She pretty much helped to fund the whole castle and its construction. So their traces are present in those ways. For some of these other Sims, they again have different ways. Now, for Akira, she's from a farming background. She did not bring necessarily anything for the queen to present to her, but what I'm going to say is that maybe Akira brought with her... Hold on a second. I'm going to just... Actually, I am not going to turn... I was going to say, I'm going to turn autonomy on so that these guys can go do their own thing, but no, I actually don't want to do that because Queen Darling, who is doing a sword fight with Miko, actually needs to tell her ladies, she needs to give the good news. But actually, I think I need to get her to take the test so that she innately knows, and then we can go tell the others. But guys, while they're going ahead and doing their sword fighting, that is absolutely fine. I was gonna say that for Akira, I like the idea that maybe she brought the knowledge of plasma fruit with her and the farming methods of plasma fruit. And even though we don't have it now, we might establish a little bit of a garden with Akira so that she can keep the castle supplied with plasma fruit. And that's going to be kind of her contribution and trace to the court. So, okay, let me head off really quickly and we'll be back when our queen is ready to give her good news to these lovely ladies. After some vampiric meditation, Queen Darling Cloudy Snarl has confirmed that she is indeed expecting her first child. She has made the announcement to her ladies who are hoping to see the arrival of a baby girl that will be the heir to the throne. Meanwhile, the queen has begun to arrange a list of the inner court's breeding order, along with potential males she might be interested in. There are already several good peasant stock she has in mind. Another thought in the queen's head is the potential introduction of a sixth noble lady. Should she have a baby girl, she will need someone to look after her in the female faculty, just as Bako will be moved to the male faculty to look after a potential son. But for now, our ladies are already getting up. It is time to hunt. Okay, the ladies have been given free rein. It is time for them to go hunting. We do have our acolytes who are in various parts of the castle. Some of them are out in the sun, which has me kind of nervous, but we need to get these ladies fed. So the queen is actually going to try her luck hunting first. Oh, okay, we have someone stomping around over here. Let's go ahead and let us drink plasma from this acolyte over here. Come on, Queenie. Let's go hunting. Let's go hunting. And, these acolytes, they revere the vampires. But the idea is that even though they were willing in the beginning, these drinks, this whole thing, it's like so violent, such a violent exchange of being hypnotized and drunk from, that over time they kind of start fearing the vampires because of their rough handling and they kind of go a little bit crazy. But in their mind, because they're like fanatics, it's like these vampires who are drinking from them are so glorious that they can't fathom that they are so close to them. And that's kind of what drives them even more fanatical and even more crazy. So, okay, the queen has had her drink. Akira, let's go find someone. Who else do we have? Okay, we have this acolyte over here. Let's drink from this acolyte. Everyone's gonna get themselves a nice deep drink. Oh no, some of the acolytes apparently don't get along well with each other. I saw you throw a drink at the other lady. Okay, Akira is gonna get herself a drink and she's gonna be nice and sated. Okay, wonderful. Someone else is walking inside who's probably being horrified by this. Miko, grab her. Grab her, Miko. Miko's gonna go get herself a deep drink. It is carnage in here. Okay, so Akira has gotten herself a drink. Miko is gonna go hunting for this female here. You can do it, Miko. You can do it. Okay, Akira, are you done? You've been taking a really long drink. Okay, now Miko's having her turn. Alicia's gonna be nice and fed. She's gonna be nice and fed. Okay, Miko's doing this. Billy, can we find anyone else? Is there anyone inside over here? I think we don't have anyone outside anymore, do we? Oh, we have a lady in the pool over here, so we might have to send... Oh, geez, are you serious? We have to get her out of the water? Well, that's not too helpful, is it? It's not. Is there anyone upstairs? I don't think anyone is in their chambers right now. I don't think so. I don't think so. Can we go upstairs? Is there anyone maybe roaming around here? Yes, I think we do have... Actually, I don't know if she was already drunk from. She might have been already drunk from. No, she wasn't! Okay, compel her for a deep drink. You come upstairs. Do some hunting upstairs. While Miko kind of wraps up. And oh my goodness, Miko, you guys, you need to like take care of your hygiene. You guys need to take a bath or something like that. You've been holding court for so long that you guys are a little bit miserable right now. Okay, Miko's doing good. Billy, are you okay? Billy is being a little bit... Or is she walking down? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Billy needs to hunt. She wants to drink. And this acolyte heard the vampires' summons. And she's thinking to herself, how lucky that she has been chosen for this blessing of sorts. Okay, Billy. Nope, Billy, she came down for you. She literally came down for you. Come on, let's participate in hunting. Yeah, she came down for you. So go ahead, grab her. Excellent, excellent. And these two ladies over here were the ones fighting, I think. These two acolytes, the ones with similar hair colors. Okay, and Anaya, can you... Oh, this vampire has been... Sorry, this acolyte has been drunk from... I don't think anyone's drunk from the blonde acolyte here. So let's actually come this way, and you compel this blonde acolyte for a drink. So, that's right, Billy's having her drink. It's a feast, guys. It is a feast. And Anaya is going to take her drink. Yep, Anaya is going off into the distance to take her drink in the commons. But look at these acolytes. I mean, they're largely kind of okay, because even though this experience is a lot more harrowing than they anticipated, for them, it's like further proof of the glory of these vampires. That, you know, the experience is so intense that they don't even remember it. The bliss is so intense they don't remember it. Okay, and Anaya is having her drink. Okay, Anaya is going to be feeling good. These guys are going to have to take care of the energy. They're going to have to sleep it off. They're going to have to do some meditation or something. They need some social and fun too. How's everyone else doing? Billy is... What are you doing, Billy? She's viewing the night that we have, and she's feeling pretty good about that. It's kind of cute. Miko's not doing too well. She's practicing singing, though. Okay. Akira, she's practicing singing, too. I guess that's getting her fun up. The queen is going... Oh, everyone is practicing singing. Well, you know, that's fine. But look at that, guys. The queen has a little bump of her first trimester. And I have put down in the calendar that she is actually due on Thursday in 3 days' time at 10 a.m. Yeah, at 10 a.m. So that's when the baby is going to be born. So we're going to keep our eyes peeled for that. Very, very exciting. I'm gonna look through some names that I like. I'll start compiling a list. I'm thinking I'll break the names off into 3 categories, like the males, and then the royal females and the noble females. I'll have some names going. I feel like I'm getting a ton of inspiration from all sorts of different things that I'm seeing or reading. So yeah, I've got ideas and I'm excited. But okay guys, with that said and done, I am going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.